Good day and welcome back to another Vampire Survivors video. In this video we're going to talk about how to make Antonio great in Vampire Survivors. So basically I thought what would be cool is to maybe talk about a character, the weapon, what makes them strong, or how you can make them strong, etc. So we'll do everything on inverse. I'm just going to do inlet library because we haven't done that stage. We'll do hyper, we'll do Harry, we'll do Arcanas. But basically, we're going to talk about the character. Now, Antionio Belpaese, or Belpaese, he is a character that starts with max health and armor. He gets 10% might every single level. He's a very basic character. He's, in fact, the first character you start with. Now, his weapon is the whip. The whip obviously evolves using max heart. The whip scales well with a couple arcana, though. So the first arcana and the one that you'll see a lot with any kind of whip build is slash, because it enables critical hits. So the critical hits are super important for a lot of reasons. Firstly, they allow you to double your damage. Secondly, they scale off of luck, which is super duper important, because luck scales off a lot of other rewards, so it makes it really, really nice. Boogaloo of Illusions also helps. It alternates between area, but it isn't something that I would say you definitely need to get. Sapphire Mist is also something that's very helpful. I think it's over here somewhere. That's out of bounds. Waltz of Pearls, Beginning, Iron Blue Will, Saraband. It's on the other side there. Sapphire Mist is also very, very, very helpful. Sapphire Mist does actually work with this weapon, because it essentially allows you to give you the ability to fire twice. So it's really, really good alongside crit. It's incredibly helpful for you. These two together make whip a very dangerous weapon. Other than that, you can look at things like maybe Wicked Season if you really, really, really want to. You can look at things like Beginning, which obviously gives you a little bit of a boost right off the bat. But really, I would say Slash is your number one go-to. Straight off the bat, it helps you out a ton. Early on, though, Sapphire Mist helps a lot as well. So you can get either one. It's more than fine. Now, how he works is his weapon will basically fire off in both directions, as you can see here. Now, what scales this weapon really, really well is going to be cooldown, area, luck, of course, because of our critting, spinach, but then also duplicates, projectiles helps a ton. So all of that is really, really good. If you can get it, we'll just get luck, give us some crit luck, and also scales Sapphire Mist. Then we'll grab out Empty Tome. Perfect. I know it's on the stage, but I'm not too worried about that. We're more just looking at what's really good on the character. And then from there, really, you're kind of like free to go with whatever floats your boat. Got more luck. Okay, let's just see if we can reroll and get what else we need. We're also looking for area. Hollow Heart, of course, for the evolution. Very necessary. Also makes him fairly tanky as well. Like, you can be fairly tanky. Now, what's nice about this weapon is that it works really nicely once you start to get a few extra duplicates in it, because it allows you to essentially, absolutely perfect, there we go. So you can see it starts to fire the weapon upwards, which is great if you're trying to keep enemies at a distance. You can see it starts to open up upwards, which is very helpful, because it means you can control a lot with this weapon directionally. So as you can see, we're basically able to constantly push it upwards. We're going to grab spinach, absolutely perfect. So this kind of build right here, this is perfect for your early whip build. Now, because of that, and because of how important whip is, and because you're taking things like slash, obviously we want to continue building into slash and anything that appropriates with it. So, you could pick up anything like this, a Sapphire Mist, of course, but really we're trying to work off of the power of slash. And you can see here, like, look already, this is on inverse. Look how just the whip on its own, remember I do not have any golden eggs on this character, It's just doing so much work. And the healing you can get from it when you level it up is very, very, very good. Luck is going to be your best friend, definitely. And then once you have that luck kind of like really boosted up, then you're going to be looking really, really solid. And you can have so much control with this character. It's actually insane. Now, like I said, because you're scaling predominantly off of Slash and how good Slash is, this is where we're going to be looking at some of the other weapons that, you know, really kind of benefit from a Slash. So you can go things like daggers, you can go things like axes, you can go obviously the other whips, so that's always a solid option as well. You can go for, just trying to see, you could go for Paco Battalier because obviously it evos off the same, and you're quite tanky as well. You can go for Victory Sword, so anything that scales off of that Slash is going to be really, really good. Paco Battalier is also really solid. Victory Sword is very good because obviously you've got that Slash, it gives you a little bit more range. And now, look, all of a sudden, again, you're good. You're really, really solid. This character's one of those characters that's simple but scales off really well. And because Whip is such a strong early melee ability, like you don't really have a lot of early game problems. It really, really is probably one of the easiest characters to build. And because so many other weapons benefit from the exact same kind of makeup, that duplicate, that, you know, spinach, that Slash, that kind of build, you really do sit quite well. You can round things out with an experienced one if you want to. Always, of course, you can also round things out with, for example, maybe a Karoma's Mana, anything like that. It's entirely up to you. Obviously depends on the stage as well and what other bonus items you have. Of course, if you're really looking to kind of maximize your tankiness in that, you probably want to go armor. Oh, that was pretty painful. But yeah, I would say for the most part you're pretty good to go. And yeah, the character's really, 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 really good. I think that's something that's not, you know, too impossible. If you're going a revive build, then yeah, of course you can also build into revives, and you can pick up something like the revival, the revival option, and then that will give you a little boost every time you revive. But yeah, overall the character is very, very good. You do want to obviously just be a bit careful until you can get your evolution, because the healing of the evolution is very, very critical for how well you do. But yeah, you can pick obviously a card, and like I say, you can pick anything here. Awake is great, gives you those extra revives. We already have Slash, as you can see. We could pick another one, Double Slash, obviously lets us crit massively. We can pick Slash and that will crit massively. Awake helps a lot because the extra revives equals extra damage. But yeah, that's generally where you are. Then you can also take something like Divine Bloodline, which scales fairly well for the max HP pool, which is something that's quite good. But yeah, if you take Slash with the luck that you have, then you can start to really crit quite nicely. And all of a sudden, you can start to do really well. And then it's just really getting to that evolution. And the heals and the crits off the heals are so very good for you and your character. So at that point then, you're basically good to go. And I'm just waiting to evolve the weapon so you can see. And yeah, then you essentially shouldn't really have any issues. If you're looking at rounding out your weapons, so yeah, Fire Wand's cool. Scales well off of all of these as well, pretty much. Gives you a little bit of range. You know, anything like that is always going to be so valuable. The other whips, like I say, the Vento Vecti is also really, really good. So let's see if we can get it. No, we can't. Okay, well, area, perfect. So this would be like a full offense build, no EXP scaling, no nothing like that. I think we can... You could get Lightning Ring. I don't really suggest it. It's not something that works nice. You want something to expand the area of dominance that you have. Same with Cross. Like, it's not... It works nicely. Cross does work nicely because of the extra slash damage and everything. That's not something that you need to take, you know. It's not something that's absolutely mandatory. Magic Wand also helps, but really, you don't need to worry too much about anything here. I would take axes. It is just nice, especially when it expands out. Gives a little bit of knockback as well. Benefits off of a lot of the abilities you have. And then, yeah, look, you can see all of the layers of stacking going up. We can take Pack of Battalier, and you can just round out with anything that you really want to. So here we've now got our evolution, Bloody Tear, and now we just heal so quickly. As you can see, we heal so nicely. Like I said, if you want to pick up armor, if you're really keen on that, I just want to pick up our Rendasmo. But yeah, pick up your Rendasmo, pick up your armor, and you'll be good. Especially with Victory Sword, like your build is very good at dealing with ranged issues. There we go. Now we can pick up. So like I said, you can go Awake, really nice, especially if you're worried about dying or anything. It's really good. Of course, you could pick up anything else, but I think Awake is probably the easiest one. Now I've thrown it away, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm trying to show how to get stuff. But yeah, basically, that's really all I can say. Obviously now I haven't got Awake, but it is the one I suggest because you do get so much value out of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This kind of build will be more than fine. You heal so very nicely. If you get an Armadillo, pick armor. Surprise. Let yourself get tanky. It just gives you that little bit of extra tankiness. Your health pool will be nice and big. You'll be good to go. I think Antionio is a very easy character to build from that perspective. But really you want to build around that whip. You don't want to be in a situation where you're not building around it. And yeah, any inverse stage will generally be quite easily handled by Antionio. He's one of those characters that just favorably builds into a lot of things. So for me, he's a great character to pick up. And yeah, he works really fantastically. And I'm going to finish off with some candelabra here. As you can see, as our area goes up, as we start to build on that area, everything starts to really move super nicely. And yeah, look, I'll jump back quickly once we're at max level just to kind of show you guys. But yeah, that's basically it in terms of build. Like I say, for that last weapon slot, if you want to pick up whatever you want, but for me, doesn't really matter too much. We're very capable at this point. You can kind of fill out with anything. Really anything is fine. Here we go, perfect Armadillo. So we'll take, for example, Tirigasu here. Also can take armor, like I say, and just become very tanky. Works out really nicely because then we have already 400 HP armor moving up to that 6+ kind of 10+ category, which is really good. And yeah, like I say, you can get there quite nicely. If you want to take revives, especially if you've taken Awake, like you should have, all those extra revives will equal more might, and then you'll be good to go. But yeah, that should be it. I think last weapon, probably Cross is fine. Divine Blade, Cross, all that stuff is fine. Let it build off your slash, let it build off your luck, all that's cool. And yeah, get your evolutions and you should be good to go. I think I don't really see anything holding back this build, but let's see how it gets there. One more I just want to mention is you can obviously take Wandering Jet Black, which does help you out because you do have healing. But yeah, it really just depends on you and what you're currently rocking. Anything that augments with your weapons is obviously great. Me personally, I just take Awake because it's great, scales with all your weapons, and for a character like this, where dying is, I don't want to say impossible, but quite hard because of your tankiness, because of your HP pool. You are in a good position to really benefit off the things, and those revives, they kick in, they make you stronger. And yeah, like you can see here, we're really good. And with this weapon, we will select, like I said, the Vento Sacro works amazingly, and obviously scales. Again, great with us, we can evolve it, double evolve it with our weapon. We've got now Blessed Sword. So yeah, we're looking really good, basically, to cut a long story short. So yeah, that's it. You can see the build is really quite good. Uh, more than capable of handling everything. Easy build. We're gonna get taken out by a couple of Reapers here. But yeah, honestly, just a super duper chilled out build. Very awesome. Nice, simple, clean to do inverse on, and yeah, just great when you understand the character. So yeah, that's it from me. See you guys next time. Bye.